Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to my channel. Colleen, Wynia here, Reset Your Vibe coach. Have you ever found yourself where you have this overwhelming sense of emotion that's ruling up inside of you, bubbling up in your belly, up to your chest? You know, you can just, it might start with like some tears rolling down your cheek when you're listening to something, or you're remembering a thought and you're feeling some emotion arise up. You have no idea where it's coming from. Well, that just happened to me. I hesitate wanting to share this because I just finished crying like a baby. But you know what? This was my inner child I was healing. So I wanted to give you some information that can support you when you have an inability to determine what's going on for you. So I'm a teacher in helping you trust your vibration, helping you tap into your intuitive brilliance. And I do it in such a way that I marry together holding space for vibrational, wellness, and helping my clients tap in through the emotion, because you can't heal unless you feel. You've probably heard that before. You honestly can't heal something unless you feel something. So I'll just give you a little story, how it worked for me and what I did. And I know this can work for you. So it's a little bit scattered here, but it's really, really important. I'm coming to you live from Squamish, by the way. And being that I help people go through grief and loss and navigate difficult times, I've even had a loss of my beloved in March. And I realized that I had not grieved yet. But more than that, one of the things that I have struggled with my whole life, I've reached half a century, and I have had a really difficult time playing, letting my inner child, letting my little girl out and play. And what I mean by that is, and let me know if you relate, but I grew up, we grew up with parents that have gone through depression and hard times, and you have to work hard, and all the belief systems and the memories that instigate what it means to be successful, what it means to be a grown-up, what it means to be an empowered woman. It's to do, right? Not to be. I'm going to say that again. It's to do, not to be. So I have watched myself struggle time and time again, and I want to be really honest with you guys to give you, so you're not alone, and there's a way through it. So I had an intention with the day off, and then I found myself being distracted. I was allowed myself to be distracted by business. I allowed myself to be distracted by my lists, my have-to-dos, and I screwed up on my timing to come up to Squamish, to really take that day off, to really nurture that little girl, to play, and to know that when you change that vibration that changes it inside you, that's the thing that attracts your business. That's the thing that attracts people into you. That's the thing that people want to buy your services, your products, your whatever. And that's where I get the most value, when I'm high vibration, when I'm in my peace and in my heart. So when you find yourself not in that place, like I did, I had no choice. I listened to a 92-year-old amazing Dr. Edith Eger. I highly recommend you check her out. I haven't got her books yet, just come across her, but she's 92, Jewish woman, educated herself later. She lived through the Holocaust. Her entire family died. Every day she lived not knowing when they got put into these, shower stall / gas chamber, whether she would live or she would die, whether she was having a shower or whether she would be gassed to death. And she taught that, she was victimized, but she's not a victim. She's victimized, but not a victim. And her compassion for others, hence for herself, is extraordinary. If I can change that, and I can help you change that, man, we are going to frickin' fly, you guys. We are going to change what's going on in the world. We are changing. So you can hear my voice getting stronger as I kind of move into this. I know it's a bit of a story rather than here's 3 tips to do this. But the feeling rose up listening to her story about her inner child. The feeling rose up about where I've left. I realized I woke up like, oh my God, I leave my inner child at the door. I have a really hard time playing. because my responsibility as a grown-up has always been imprinted upon me, or I bought the narrative, the story. And so the number one thing we have to do first off, and you guys all know this, I teach it every day, is awareness, right? You have to understand and feel, like kind of become aware what's going on. And it doesn't have to be figuring it out, is actually what I mean. It's awareness in your body. So I help people trust the signs. I help them trust the signs of their loved one who's passed over. I help people learn to listen to their body and heal from the inside out. So I have to do that. So I'm feeling better as I tell you, be honest here. And so, I mean, honest meaning, I'm not that I'm dishonest, but that I'm actually sharing this in a very, you know, fresh state. I did stop crying before I filmed this, or I figured it would be really hard to get my support across to you. But we have to feel, have to heal. So you get the tears coming up, you get them welling up. I had this like gut feeling, like my tummy started to feel yucky. I was driving up here to Squamish, like, oh, that's gross. And tears started rolling down I'm like, oh, that's my inner girl, the inner girl I haven't had yet. The inner girl that doesn't know how to come out and play. The inner girl that chooses work over her. And I was like, oh my God. And first I was just crying. And then I'm like, okay, well, before I hike, I'm going to like sit out on this rock, get a little bit of the sun, even though it's late in the day. And I'm mad at myself. I'm so mad at myself. So then the next feeling, I was sad, missing, recognizing what was going on. So that was awareness. And then the feeling encompassed up higher, and I got mad. I got so mad. I got so mad at myself, but it came out like tears. Okay. So if you've ever gotten mad, you know, there's so much more underneath anger. There's so much more rooted. So I allowed myself to feel, and I knew it was, I needed to feel, I needed to go through it. And my favorite soul sister, my mentor, my go-to girl, she's transitioned. She's in spirit now. That's how she's helping me. But I had to feel it. I have to feel it in myself. So if you're still with me here, you know what I'm talking about, ladies. Because I help female entrepreneurs be empowered and grow your businesses through shifting how you feel on the inside. So in some ways I am a business coach, but it's really, I'm not teaching you business strategies. I'm teaching you internal strategies and emotional strategies and mindset strategies. And so I'm just feeling it again. So okay, so then I started to feel, and I just couldn't stop crying. So once I got beyond that, I was pissed off. I let myself really cry. I let myself emote. You know, my headache started to well and get bigger, but my tummy got feeling better, right? So watching the signs of your body shift as you shift. And then funny enough, my mom, who isn't someone I can always talk deeply about the subject matter, or I never could growing up. Half the time she doesn't know what I'm talking about sometimes, or she does actually. My mom is very tapped in. Love you, Mom. You're very tapped in. You're incredible, because I'm your daughter, right? I come from you. And so you guys trust your guidance, your inner guidance. My inner guidance said, call your mom, right? And just tell her, hey, Mom. You know, and I was like bawling, but I said, you don't have to solve anything. I just need to talk. And I realized I just needed to talk. And not just on video while I was emoting. So I talked with my mom. I told her what I'm changing. I told her what I'm fed up with. I told her how sad I am. I told her I miss, like, that I left my little girl at the door, and I miss that I'm blocking out my own little child, like the little girl that's coming into my life, right? I have a beautiful husband coming in, and so I'm doing all this inner work for me to let the best partner, my best friend, come in and, you know, marry me. And like, not that marriage matters to everybody, but to me it does. And have a beautiful little girl, you know, however she chooses to be presented to me, or child. And so I had to heal my inner child, and I'm doing that. So I thought, okay, I will share this all with you. So this is kind of my narrative. This is how I work through the process. This is how you can work through the process. And then when there's ready to be deeper shifts, that's where you can bring in a consultant like myself. I'm doing Zoom calls for people, especially with this pandemic. But if you're also in the lower mainland, the most powerful sessions are in person. They're the ones that people are finding me for right now. It's really important to admit, you know, feel amazing in your body. And I do body work and massage coupled with the release work. and the mindset, and I help you literally freaking transform. So I feel really transformed. Had a good little chat with my mom, and she's so loving and supportive and so freaking happy. And there's her daughters, like always, you know, I'm like the emotional one. But I've grown a long way, just like as you have, and I'm so excited to support you going forward. I have an online course that'll be, I'm in the, almost finished my research stage of interviewing real people. And I've done 49 interviews out of my goal of 50, and I've got a few scheduled this week. So I'm probably gonna come away with, you know, by next week, like 53 interviews or something like that. And then I dig deep and look for the matching points, right? So I can bring to you how I help heal my inner child, how I help you trust so that you can make better, faster decisions, more in sync, more with ease, more with grace, more with less self-doubt. And if it's spirit loved ones you feel around you, fantastic. If it's messages from your body that you've been stuck being able to not hear because you got a stuckness in your throat from expression, or your heart's hurting because of a transition or a loss or health problem, talk to me, babes. Talk to me, guys. Talk to me, incredible entrepreneurial women, because you guys rock. And thank you for listening. Colleen, Wynia here, signing off. I am now going to go hike because I can now move my legs. And thank you for listening. If this is being watched on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Ask me for my free ebook so you can get on my HeartLink Insights email list, so you can be updated with, you know, a monthly newsletter that brings video to you or articles, and also to be the first to know about my course that is going to have, you know, it's 10 people as a prototype, so we can create this amazing thing together, and then you'll have it at a really lower price and lifetime access. So looking forward to working with you. Much love. Have an amazing evening. I'll just sort of show you, if you're still here, where I'm at. And that's the chief. Bye, guys.